Alex here, dog trainer. I've been getting a lot of questions lately about how to teach your dog to a proper stay, how to get your dog to stay when you ask them to. And really, it all begins with a good sit, a good, reliable, consistent sit or down, depending upon your dog. Some dogs do better in sit, some dogs do better in down. But basically, it's the same idea. You need to teach your dog to listen to you the first time you ask without having to repeat yourself. You need to tell your dog when they're doing this properly, and you need to teach your dog not to move until you tell them to. That's really the key. Getting your dog in a nice, reliable, automatic sit, pretty simple. I'll show you how to do that today. I will get one of my puppies and demonstrate this with you. And honestly, the sit turns into a stay pretty simply. It's just a matter of expounding upon the basics of what you learned here today. So basically what you need to do is you need to teach your dog to sit the first time you ask them to. Now, dogs don't speak English, so in order to do this you have to use a lure or a treat. It's a very simple process, and you can get them to sit the first time you ask them to without having to repeat yourself a million times, because I'm sure we've all seen those people who go, oh sure, my dog sits. Fluffy, sit, 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 and they proceed to yell at their dog 500 times before the dog finally sits. We don't want to be one of those people. We want to be able to tell our dog sit, and our dog sit the first time we ask. So, pardon my dog barking. So we're going to show you how to do that today, and it's going to use hand signals. Also, this is useful because if your dog responds to hand signals, I will be able to talk to you guys and tell my dog to do something at the same time without ever having to break conversation with you. Awesome tip. So, we need to get our dog to sit. We need to tell our dog that they sat correctly or they didn't. If we do not praise when it's deserved and correct when it is needed, our dog will never learn what's right and what's wrong. So we really need to get our timing down on that, which I'll show you when to do that today. And third, we need to teach our dog that they are to sit where I tell them to until I say to get up. I told you to sit. I did not tell you to get up. Many of our dogs that we own, I'm sure you may know one, if not your own dog, you'll tell them to sit, they'll collect their treat, and then continue on their merry way after they've got their treat. And you're like, wait, I wanted to do something more than just give you a treat. That is where our release comes in. We need to tell our dog, okay, now you can go do what you want to do. Until that word, that release word is said, your dog is to sit exactly where you tell them to, which sounds an awful lot like a stay. And that's exactly what it is. It's a stay without the word. Eventually, when we understand sit until I release you, we can add duration or time between the sit and the release, and that's what we call a stay. So, I'm going to show you how to get your dog to understand a basic sit and to understand to sit there until you release them today. Alright, let me go get Buddy and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, so this is Buddy. He is my 3-year-old Old English Sheepdog. He's a very smart boy, if not a little hyper sometimes. And while I was gone, I just got a few treats, some of which are his favorite. Yes, yummy. So, Buddy is going to demonstrate to you today how to execute a proper sit with release. Alright, you ready, Buddy? You up to the task? He's really enjoying the chin scratches. Alright, up. So, there is a law that says two items or two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Some sort of law of physics. So, Buddy thinks going to lay down. So we're going to use that to our advantage today. We are going to use a simple over-the-head motion with a treat in our hand. We're going to let Buddy taste my treat. Stand up. Up. Come on. And we're going to tell, get up, come on. We are going to tell Buddy what we want to do by where my hand goes, because his mouth is going to follow the treat. As you see, he's really enjoying this treat. So, get up. We're going to start here. We're going to go over the head. And as I go over the head goes back, the butt goes down, and I give him the treat when his butt touches the ground. Good boy, don't paw me. So now he's going to shake the hand. So as you see, let's demonstrate that again. Okay. We're going to start with the treat At his mouth, go over the head. As I do, the butt goes down, the head goes back. I give him the treat. Okay. And then I tell him he's done. Okay. Okay. Now, when I release him, he has to get up. There is no option not to get up in my house. Because if you tell them to get up and they don't, eventually they're going to decide that it's time to get up and they will have forgotten you told them that. So, you need to make them get up right when you tell them to, and then they'll understand, when she says to get up, that's when I can go do what I want. And he's begging for treats now. So, let me show you the whole process one more time. Right here, buddy. We're going to go up over the head. Good boy. Okay. And that's all we want to do. Buddy is a little quick at the stick. He listens very well. But all you need to do is just keep going backwards until your dog's butt actually touches the ground. The moment their butt touches the ground, you want to give them your treat. I don't care what your treat is, but it should be something tasty that they really want to work for. Good job. So, we want them to understand that they move when I tell them to. They will understand, if they understand that concept, then you can add distance and duration and all those wonderful other things to their sit and or lay down, like a stay. So, eventually, your sit and then release will become longer apart. So I can tell Buddy, stay, after I tell him to sit. Stay. And I can walk away a little bit. Okay. And he doesn't move until I tell him to. That's eventually what we want, and that all starts with a good relationship.